Here is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
But speaking of weapons, if you go to Wawa, or which is where I got around where I'm at, or you go to Walmart or any of your local convenience stores, and you pick up a carton of milk, and you see a guy on the side of it. Looks like this guy right here, right? Missing in action. Has anybody seen this guy? I'll tell you what. I got an article here I'm gonna read. Shows, I mean, obviously last week, because Malik wasn't in there, Hyatt was in there for a bunch of snaps, but he has nothing. I mean, also I look last season. If you look at the last season, the first 5 weeks last season, he only had like 4 receptions. Let me pop this up here. You gotta find it here. There we go. Okay, and share it. There we go. Now this is last year. Okay, let's pull this over. Okay. Let's get, I'm sorry. I got a stuffy nose. Now, if you look last year, okay, he only had, after 5 weeks, after the Miami debacle, right? Remember, he's only had 4 catches. He had 2 against Arizona. Remember, he had that long one, right? That long, right? In the middle of the field, right? But then he had 2 against Seattle. We got blown out 852-0. Or 3. We scored 3 points. But so, I mean, after 5 weeks last year, he only had 4 catches, right? Only had 4. So this year, all right, so what did we have? He had 5 targets last year. And then after the first 5 games, he had 5 targets. Let's see, what did he have? Has he had any targets at all this year? Let's see. Okay, he had 3. All right. So he had 3. So last year he had 2 more targets than he has this year. The problem is this year he has no receptions, as where last year he had 5 targets, he had 4 receptions. So, I mean, last year he had 23 receptions. He had 40 targets all year, 23 receptions. Now the thing is that you're always, what do they say? You're always one snap away from being a starter. Well, now he is pretty much going to be a starter, because I think we got Hodgins. We bring it up right from the practice squad, so Hodgins will be on the sideline. But Hyatt's in there, yeah. So who knows? The Cincinnati secondary is not. It's not all that in a bag of Doritos. Let me tell you what. They got some issues. So who knows? Maybe he might grab himself a couple passes this week. The thing I would try to do just to keep – I mean, it's almost kind of like with Isaiah Simmons too. It's like you got this freakish athlete. Last week he didn't have any snaps at all on defense. He was just – I think it was just 11 special team snaps last week. You brought this guy in and all the freakish – you don't even put him on defense. It's like with Isaiah, just do something. I mean, anything. You know what I'm saying? Hey, something. The thing I can't stand is when you bring a guy in off the bench, right? And the best example I can give you is when we used to have thunder and lightning back in like 2000, 2001, 2002. Ron Dane, Tiki Barber. We drafted Ron Dane, the Heisman Trophy winner, all of that, right, from Wisconsin. And in 2000 was his rookie season. Well, the thing was when Tiki Barber was on the field, it's like, well, Tiki's on the field. Could be a run, could be a pass. The thing I hated when Tiki ran off the field and Ron Dane would run on the field, it's like they're probably running the ball with Ron Dane, you know. So the thing is with Hyatt, you know, when he's not starting and you bring him on the field, you know, the thing is that, you know, oh, here comes Hyatt. Okay, they're probably going to try to run the play to Hyatt, you know. Right? But now he's the starter, so he's in there all the time, you know. So it's not like he's coming off the sideline. Everybody's, oh, here comes Hyatt. Oh, they're going to try to get the ball in his hands, you know. No, but see, he's a starter. So somewhere along the line, get the guy in a sweep or something like that. Get Daniel Jones in a shotgun, you know. Omaha, you know, right? Get the ball, you know, Hyatt's, you know, come flipping the ball. Get him something. Give the guy something, right? I mean, I know the guy's a team player and all this, that, but he all says the sorry things, but somewhere along, get the guy the ball. Do something. Holy crap. I mean, unless he's being punished for something like that, get the guy to, I mean, the guy's got some speed. Get the ball to his hands. But I saw this article here, and there was one thing that, let's see, the offensive snaps, let's see, that last week was 72. In the absence of rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors, fellow wideout Jalin Hyatt drew the start and was on the field for 48 snaps. So basically, he was on the field for 67 snaps, 48 out of 72. 2 out of every 3 offensive snaps he was on the field for last week. He ran 26 routes, but wasn't targeted a single time. Although Hyatt did draw 2 crucial holding penalties, so that's something. His lack of involvement in the offense continues to raise eyebrows. It was previously believed the issue was relative to his snap share, but that wasn't the case on Sunday. There's more to the story. Meanwhile, Tyrone Tracy Jr. appeared to establish himself as the team's number 2 back following Eric Gray's latest fumble. Veteran wide receiver Isaiah Hodgins also got some field time after being elevated from the practice squad. Let's see. Let's see here. Then there's a video here, it's like Nick Filato. He breaks all this stuff down, like where Hyatt's at. He shows all these stuff. It says, Jalin Hyatt drew a more difficult matchup than his teammates in week 5. Hyatt wasn't creating a lot of separation against Woolen. He played on 28 of the Giants' 39 pass plays. He was blocking on 3 of those plays. Here were several snaps from Hyatt. Okay. He was doing some blocking. Giants were not scheming plays for him. This is what Nick Filato does a great job of breaking this stuff down. You know, if you ever want to, I don't do that. Not going to do that. I don't have the mentality or the brains where to try to break that stuff down. That's not my game. But Nick Filato does a very good job of that stuff. So the Giants were not scheming plays for him. I'm not sure why. And he acted more as a clear-out option on several routes. Like, okay, Jalin, we're going to snap the ball, you take off, and you run. And we'll let you know when to turn around. You clear out, okay, we'll come underneath and hit maybe Robinson underneath or something like that. Hyatt's skill set is most aligned with Darius Slayton's role. Slayton is a far more polished wide receiver. That doesn't mean Hyatt can't develop, nor does it mean Hyatt has no value. His speed is still an asset for the offense, which proved crucial on Sunday despite the lack of statistics. Hyatt clocked at 21.4 miles per hour on the GPS tracking data last year. For reference, Tyreek Hill's fastest speed this season is 20.8 miles per hour. Hyatt is an ancillary piece on the Giants' offense. That doesn't mean he's cemented there. If New York keeps attempting to push the football down the field, Hyatt will benefit, leading the points for the Giants. He's still competing his backside off as a blocker and drawing penalties due to his speed. He just hasn't arrived yet, as the preseason hype suggested, and some of that is due to circumstances. So, things just didn't work out for him. I mean, he was on the field for 48 snaps. Some of them were running running plays. There was a couple times he drew penalties, which is huge. Of course, it doesn't give him any type of stats at all or anything. And what Nick Falato was talking about is like Jalin might have been over here. Jalin, run as fast as you can. As soon as we snap it, right? You take as many defenders with you as you possibly can. And we're going to clear out underneath, whatever, Wandale or Theo or whatever is going to run up the seam or something like that. You clear out. We're gonna have somebody underneath catch a pass. So things just didn't work out for him. So hopefully this week we have an opponent with a bad defense, with a relative, somewhat a weak secondary. Let's see, maybe Jalin can get on the board. Because I said, just think, is that last year he only had 5 targets after the first 5 weeks. This week, so far, he only has according to PFF, he has 3 targets. So he's not off by much. Although he does seem like he's missing in action. The biggest thing that's missing in action is receptions. Last year, where he had 4 receptions after 5 weeks, he has nothing. He has nothing at all. So can he get on the board this week? Let's hope. I'm certainly pulling for him. The guy seems like, a huge asset. Doesn't seem like he's going to be a number 1 wide receiver for us or something like that. But when you trade up, in the 3rd round to get the guy, and I realize you can't hit on all your draft picks. I get it and all that, but man, I don't know. It just seems such a shame. I mean, we're almost halfway into his second season. Not halfway. We're almost a third into his second season. It's hardly even using the guy. It's like such a shame. But tomorrow night, I'll be on after the game's over with. Let's hope the Giants get off the snide here with these Sunday night, these nighttime debacles that we usually wind up having. We got a wounded Cincinnati Bengal team coming in, right? They're jonesing for a victory. They're 1-4. They go 1-5. They realize that their chances to make the playoffs are probably slim and none, right? So they're going to come in and they're going to give it their all. Huge game for the Giants. If we can win this and go 3-3, it'd be freaking huge, freaking awesome for the Giants. So Sunday night, I'll be back again after the game, and let's hope that the Giants can pull off the W. So whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching the replays, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.